Hey PC gamers, how are you guys doing? Today I got a $600 build for you guys. If you want the best bang for your buck, at least at this time, you're going to have to go with an AMD build. $600 is a great way to start. In case you want any recommendations on the upgrades that you can do to this computer, you can check the description down below. Let's see what we can do. For the CPU, the AMD FX 6300 Black Edition. It's got 3.5 gigahertz spread on 6 cores. It's got 6 and 8 megabyte caches. It's going to be enough for just about any game on the market right now, and it's pretty damn cheap. It comes around at a price of $100, which is amazing for this type of processor. Considering we only had $600 to work with, we had to cut the budget down on the motherboard side. This motherboard costs only $50, but it supports all the things that you're going to need on this PC. It also enabled us to leave more budget for the graphics card and the processor. This motherboard is a micro ATX motherboard, which means it's, small. It supports all the RAM frequencies that you're going to need for gaming. It has PCI slots 2.0, not 3.0. The difference between those two is 0.5 FPS at best. It also doesn't have USB 3.0, so if you're in need of these, newer technologies, you can check the description. We have an alternative motherboard. However, anything more expensive will pretty much go over the budget. As far as the RAM goes, a G.Skill Ripjaws 8 gigabytes is all you're going to need. It has decent latencies, DDR1600, which the motherboard supports. It costs a little bit more than the motherboard, but it's still well worth to get it. All games are not going to use more than 4 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gigabytes is going to enable you to pretty much do everything you need, except, advanced rendering and stuff like that. But you should be safe with this for a long time. Alright, next up, Western Digital CAVIAR Blue. Finally, first time we actually recommend this hard drive, and this is just to fit the price. It's got 2-year warranty, unlike 5, which the Western Digital CAVIAR Black has, but it's a lot more expensive. This one is like nearly half the price. If you're gonna do just basic gaming and stuff, it's gonna last you for a long time, and you guys can get that and be happy with it. Finally, the graphics card, the most important part of a gaming PC nowadays. The MSI AMD Radeon R9 270X. It's got 2 gigs of memory, so any gaming at 1920 by 1080p is going to be a breeze. When it comes to 2560 by 1440, it's not going to do such a great job as some 3 or 4 gigabyte cards would do, unless you lower the details or resolution maybe, but then gaming on that resolution is beside the point, right? It's got decent memory and core clocks, and you got MSI has this MSI gaming app, which is pretty awesome. It enables you to switch between the OC mode, gaming mode, and silent mode. With this card, you're going to be able to play any latest game on the market with close to highest settings. I'm not going to say highest because that's not leaving me a lot of headroom here, but it's still going to do a great job at everything. For $600 with this rig, you're going to have a great time. Considering the power of the graphics card that we decided to put in the system and some other things like upgradability and also looks, we recommend the Cooler Master HAF 912. It's a mid-tower case, so if you decide to upgrade to any graphics card or maybe an ATX motherboard, this will have enough space for you to put everything in. It's got 2 100mm fans, it's not very noisy, and it also has SSD and hard drive bays for you to store everything in case you want to upgrade in that way. So it's a pretty decent case for a pretty fair price of around $50. And last but not least, we got an EVGA 500 watt power supply. This will be just enough for this build. If you plan on doing anything to the PC, upgrading it in major ways like maybe a new CPU or a motherboard or a graphics card, you might want to think about getting something better. If you're planning on doing SLI or Crossfire, we recommend doing at least 750 watts just to make sure. This has 80% efficiency, so you should cover pretty much everything and still remain at a pretty good price point. And finally, with that, we conclude this video. If you guys got any questions whatsoever, post them into the comment section down below or on Facebook if you guys want anything to be, recommended, something else. If you guys have something else in mind or maybe recommend to us, you can do that. I want to thank you guys for watching and for subscribing and being there and liking the video. And I'll see you guys next time for another build or another gaming video or whatever I do. See you guys. Peace.